up, everybody? Joining us soon will be Kevin Jagier and Greg Reed. They are going a little bit behind here. Sorry. Welcome to New Mission Motorsports Podcast, Mission Brief. My name is Corey Harrigus. I am the host of this. Thank you guys for joining us. Check us out. We are the only iRacing channel that does support veterans. We are veterans. Subscriptions, donations go to the Combat Vets Motorcycle Association just to give ourselves a little bit of what we are. I know we got some new people coming in tonight and everything. It's been great. We had an interesting race here at New Mission Mania at USA Speedway with the street stocks. Didn't quite go as well as we needed it to, but I guess we'll get what we get out of them. Also, hang on one second. I got something for you guys here. It was sent to me earlier. Those of you that are in Virginia, New Mission Barbecue. God, I'm not doing that. Mission Barbecue in Midlothian, Virginia is hosting a Shadows to Light event Saturday, September 17th. It's going to be 11:45 to 4. Go ahead and pause the video right here, and I'll put it up for you, and you can read the information yourself. But hey, if you're willing to support some vets, support PTSD awareness, stuff like that, check it out. Get yourself a good meal at New Mission Motorsports. Thank y'all for coming. Hopefully my crew's on the line here. Don't know yet. But,
Yep.
Hey, we got Greg here. Greg, how'd you enjoy that race, man?
It was something.
Yeah. So if you don't know, we just had a race with New Mission Mania. Where were we? USA Speedway in the street stocks, and it did not go well. It was bad. But we get those. I think we're going to need to make some changes on that. I was hoping Greg would step in here a second.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say what to do to help with it, but you know, it was definitely a struggle.
I liked Kevin's idea of putting in damage again, make them go back at least to quick repair, and I mean, there's something you get out of it rather than just wrecking and keeping going, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, this is an ever-moving project that we've been doing. We keep learning from it. And last time, well, not last time, but one of the times we were at USA Speedway, we actually had a money event. I don't think you were with us yet, Greg, but we were giving $15 to the winner. Yeah, and he won by riding the wall. He cheated the system. And we stayed true to our word. We gave him the $15, but not too sure I liked giving it that way.
Yeah, that's definitely not the way to get it.
No. I know you missed it. Kevin said he'll be back. He had to... Somebody's coming over to pick something up. Oh, Kevin's back.
Yep, I'm here. Just got back.
It's probably a drug deal of sorts.
Word dog, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was off making a drink.
I got myself a little something, too. I would say... I'm just going to say it's water.
Mine's not water.
Me too.
Oh, mine's not either, but it looks like it.
Mine actually is water.
Yeah. Well,
mine's a little browner than yours.
Sounds like you need a doctor.
Dirty water. Dirty water.
Well, it's funny, when I was trying to come up with concepts for this channel back, I want to say last October, I think I spent like a month working on it prior to actually getting it going, and one of the ideas I had was a channel called Whiskey and Tires. So I was like, all right, I'll just sit here and drink whiskey and race and see how it goes.
That's kind of cool, actually. We could have whiskey night.
Yeah, that'd be great. Dude said he's got the Los Angeles water. Snippy in the comments talking about the brown water, probably. I can't imagine. Like, I've been hearing some things about out there, and news media I don't listen to very often. Both sides are full of shit. But I've heard some nasty stuff about their water out there.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I heard they don't have any. That's what I heard.
They don't have any. It's limited, and if you want drinkable water, you pretty much got to get a bottle.
Yeah.
Jack Gordonier in the chat. Thank you for joining us in the race, man. That was not usual, but congratulations on your P4. I don't know how I got a win there. I guess I'm going to have to hold it over Robert's head for a while. So yeah, we were discussing things that we might need to change with that.
Yeah, I think, that's a little hectic, man. It was not fun. It wasn't fun for me to admin or watch.
No.
I'm sure the drivers were, upset. Um,
And I
when
feel
you're
for him.
doing like 60 caution laps out of 70 laps, that's not cool, man.
We only had 11 people back out.
Which is interesting that people stayed around, but at the same time, this is a lot of people's first impressions of us. Like, how well do we hold a session together? And it is only meant to be fun, but there was a couple people in there that were making it not so fun.
Yeah, I don't know.
Especially difficult to stream there.
Yeah, we just want to have an enjoyable race, and reckon, 2 laps and then a wreck, 2 laps and a wreck, 2 laps. And some guys are there just to do that, it seems.
Yeah.
We try to police that up. But that was a tough track. It was very loose setup. And some guys just got loose in the corner and spun out. I get it.
Well, the guy that was in second, I don't know if you were watching up front, but even if I left him on the restart, he was quick in the turns. Like, there was no way.
Yeah, I think he had newer tires than you, bro.
Well, I looked at my overlay says that, or when people pit, and both of us pit at the same time. So,
okay.
I don't know how he had to drive off the turns, but he did. And buddy,
Sounds
if you're watching,
like that overlay is cheating.
Yeah, I know, right? I don't know how many when people pitted, but I'm guessing the orange car. I don't know if that was you, Jack, but the orange and black car there, I think it was 28. He was super fast.
There's a couple of them in there that were quick. It's just I had a problem at the beginning because I was like, how disrespectful are we going to let people be? Because it's hard to tell what everybody else's reactions to it are.
Well, then some of those guys are friends, and like during practice and stuff, they're wrecking each other on purpose. They're so kind of like Corey likes to do to me. But
well, I mean, you
yeah.
make it easy. Jack, I think is it Nippy? Jack, yeah. He said he was in the black and blue number 3 car. I'm going to apologize in advance, Jack. I am bad with names. Sorry. I'll try to remember everybody, but thank you for coming. So, okay, so that was a bust, but I guess before we go into NASCAR, we might as well acknowledge the elephant of Friday night's room. Both of us, triple threat winners, Friday night, this last Friday at Montreal.
Yeah, that was pretty badass, man.
Dude.
For you to win the Xfinity and for me to win the trucks, that was really good for us,
That was
really
great.
Cool.
That was great for us.
Now, being honest, you were the fastest in your division by far. I was second fastest in my division.
Well, actually, Caleb was faster than me.
Oh, okay.
He just got caught up. He was actually, his quickest lap was about 0.6 quicker than my quickest.
Wow, yeah, okay.
But I just don't know.
Oh, yeah, he just went out early, so you led the whole,
Yeah, he wrecked on lap 2. And it wasn't his fault. He didn't wreck. He got wrecked.
Right, correct.
So, he got murdered is what happened.
Yeah, well, not as bad as DJ Trout. I think you were racing him, Kevin.
Oh, that's who it was that I was looking at. Never mind.
Yeah, DJ Trout was in the trucks, and he was like a second faster than me in practice. He qualified first. I qualified second. I was second fastest in practice, and I was following him during the race because I wasn't going to catch him. So I think there was one restart right before he wrecked where I was the leader after pit stops, and I just let him go. There's no point for me to try to hold him up, So, and 2 laps later, he T-boned somebody that was being
that was bad too.
A fool, but or I thought maybe it's hard to tell sometimes on the track's so narrow. If you're sideways on the track, it's so hard to try to get the car straight and he just T-boned the guy. So
yeah, I mean that was a brutal hit, and that was behind me because I barely squeezed through. The leader of the Cup cars,
he was right behind you.
Yeah, the leader of the Cup cars took out the leader of the trucks and almost the leader of the Xfinity.
Right.
I would have been pissed, man. That would have sucked. But we ended up on top. Both of us a double win for New Mission. We got to do the interviews. Got to shout out our channel. I appreciate you shouting it out. And
of course, that was cool.
On the broadcast, I don't know if you watched it, right?
Yeah, I watched a lot of it.
They really focused on your truck there for a while with
Yeah, they
everything
did,
on
and
it.
they were talking about yep.
Talking about here at New Mission Motorsports and Mission Brief, and we got a few people out of it, I think.
Yeah, it's cool, man.
But anyway, yeah, check it out. Join us Friday nights, Triple Threat. It's split decision racing, Triple Threat series. It's NASCAR style multi-class racing. Right now, Kevin and I are in different classes, but we try to make it work the best we can. Our affiliates, Ellswick Esports, they're also split up within the group, and they're running fairly well. We hope the best for them. It's always nice to have them behind us, too. Love you, Caleb. Love you, Caleb. No, they're good guys over there. Check them out. Ellswick Esports. So, okay. Well, I guess, actually, before we go NASCAR, anything happened with your car this week, Greg?
Nah, we've been off this week, just trying to figure out what all we got to get back in business.
Not a Chevy.
Unfortunately, it is a Chevy, and we need a new one.
No, well, then I'm not surprised.
This guy.
Yeah. Ford guy, Chevy
and
guy.
You're a mechanic, so obviously you're a mechanic because you have to work on Fords all the time.
Actually, I was a Chrysler tech, but if you
That'll
want
definitely keep you in business.
yeah, especially for transmission work. But I don't know. I guess all I can say about cars is nothing's better than anything anymore. They're all shit.
Yeah,
Having worked on them all,
they're all pretty much the same, you know.
Yeah. I will say they have their degrees of difficulty. If you want to work on an easy car, go with either like a Dodge or a Chevy. If you want to pull your hair out more often, go with a Ford. That's my opinion. I mean, having worked on quite a few. World of NASCAR, though, we've had some questions answered.
Oh yeah, finally, right? We've been talking about this for a month.
I guess. I mean,
and I don't think it was a surprise to anyone.
No, I mean, we all had in the previous weeks our guesses what would happen, and I guessed he would take the 8. I didn't guess right though what would happen with Riddick.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think they would get rid of him. You know,
I thought they would. That's in my opinion.
Yeah, well, I thought they might, but he's too good. You know, you got to keep him, and he probably has a sponsor deal. You know, you can't just dump him. You know, he has to. You know what I mean? The sponsors want him racing, and you know his contracts. It's more than just the driver and the owner.
I mean, if anybody probably understands that, it would be Greg. I mean, dealing with sponsors and stuff like that, it might not be as much, man. But Greg probably has to go through, God, Lord knows what.
You know, most of the sponsorship stuff that I've been able to find is just people that I either knew already or, you know, I convinced them to do something for us considering they sponsored the car that I, you know, painted mine up like for years. I've got some of the, you know, same mechanical help from those people. And, you know, my dad worked on a car that was similar to mine beforehand, so some people he knew. That's pretty much where most of it came from. I haven't had, you know, I've tried going to local businesses. I've tried going to some, you know, a few corporate franchise style places, and most of the time you just get turned away with no answer.
Like, out of curiosity, because I've never had to do this, and as you know, we're getting ready to probably have to do this as a channel. How do you open up to a sponsor? Because you're just like, hey, you don't know me, but can you sponsor my car?
I mean, you know, the major deal that I have kind of like a PDF document that if I'm going in person, I'll print out and I'll take with me, and it has some, you know, information about me, my crew, which, you know, my crew is my dad. It has information about the tracks, how many, you know, people come to the races, how many people see us on streaming services and stuff like that. And I try to, you know, talk to them about the stuff because that document's pretty well covers pretty much everything that everything that I think's important. You know, and then I try to figure out, you know, if there's something I can cater to, especially if it's like I'm dealing with a landscaping company or vehicle tent place or something like that, something that sponsors cars locally already. You know, I might try to pitch to them, hey, your competitor's sponsoring this other guy. You need to, you know, it would benefit you. They're already trying to, you know, pull from that market. If you could get in there and, you know, advertise on my car, then we could, you know, it'd give you more competition, more competitive advantage over them already. Stuff like
Yeah, I'm still trying to debate our situation. I don't want to go into it much, but it's like trying to figure out what we're going to do there. I need to sit down and do some homework about these companies.
Yeah, that's one, and then you just gotta what can we offer? That that's the
Yeah,
bottom line.
that's the bottom line. But
Or you helping us gives you this. You're helping a veteran organization, or
there you go.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, the biggest thing that like I try to go in with if I'm trying to get a hold of somebody to potentially sponsor me is, you know, what I can do for you as far as what kind of exposure I give you and what you can expect as far as, you know, the viewership on the car, on the internet. I mean, I run sponsors, you know, if you're in a race with us, my sponsors on my cars or from my real car, my you know Facebook page. I post stuff all the time. I post stuff on YouTube. I have YouTube videos in car, and I have flash sponsors on the screen the whole time. You know, and I try to pitch that to people, and it's just a matter of, you know, like I said, I'm not very good at it as far as, you know, lucky getting actual sponsors. Everybody that I've gotten is pretty much somebody that was like, hey, I know you, please sponsor me. Anybody random is just like, yeah, who cares? But you know, there's been a little bit of interest a few places, and you think you're getting somewhere and then you don't, but you just, I don't know, you just got to go to the next place and try again. You can't give up on it. You got to be confident. You know, they're paying for a service that when it comes to anything with racing, you know, race fans in general are diehard. If you see a sponsor on a car, you're at least going to go look that up on the internet and see what that is, or you know, if you've seen the building on the highway or something, you know, you might stop in one day just because you saw it on a car.
Yeah, I'm thinking about like if this does go through, and I tell you what, we gotta really thank Ian for this because he's the one that set it up. I can't believe I got that phone call. Well, the message, and then I called him, but I couldn't believe I got it for one. But if this goes through, it could be instrumental for both of us. I mean, one of the companies that's looking at us is on an actual car in NASCAR. It's a truck series. It's a national organization, from what I understand. I'm not sure. I know they're based out here in Virginia, but we'll look into it.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
See how it goes.
Things are in the works behind the scenes, folks.
Yeah.
So, okay. Obviously, Kyle Busch to Richard Childress, circling back here a little bit, sorry. We know. Crap.
Yeah, I saw an article today that
a lot come out.
Richard Childress said he hired Kyle Busch. It's probably a BS line, but he said he hired Kyle Busch because he looked in his eyes and he saw the same determination to win that he saw in Dale Earnhardt when he hired him.
Yeah, what do you see in my eyes, Richard?
I think Richard's eyes have been a little bit of plastic surgery, by the way.
Probably.
That guy's he looks younger than me now.
Well, you're not that old either. You look pretty good.
Yeah, he's starting to look like a woman that's had too much plastic surgery or something.
You're very wind resistant.
Only if I shave the sides.
Shit. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm curious to find out. I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be the 31 car that Riddick goes to. I don't know of any other number they have. Do you?
Well, I think Greg had brought up the 33. I think that's legit. That's a legit.
Yeah, the 33 and the 31 are both their numbers. I mean,
Yeah.
I would say the 31's more likely, but if you remember back to when Boyer drove for Childress, he ran the 33.
Wasn't that Xfinity? Or am I wrong?
I think at some points it was a cup car too.
Who did you say?
It was Clint Boyer at a certain time.
He did have a 33, but I'm pretty sure that was Xfinity.
Well, okay, did he run the 07 in Cup, or was that? I mean,
That
I
was
know
Cup.
the 07
I
was
think
Cup.
that was
But
Cup.
was
That was
that
Cup.
It
was
was
that
Cup. It was
for
Cup.
Childress?
The 7, I don't remember who that was, but it was Cup because that's 2007.
Yeah.
He was upside down in the Daytona 500.
Yeah, I misspoke. I know the 07 was Cup. I was trying to remember if that was Childress or not. I can't remember.
I can go here and look up his career real quick just to see. Maybe it's full of a lot of shit. Man, you tell me this guy's 6 foot tall and weighs 155 pounds. Man, I am. Okay, so here you go. Said Jack said Clint Boyer had the 33 from like at least 2009 to 2011, which I knew he was in it. I just can't remember what series. I thought it was Xfinity.
Yeah, it was Cup. It
Was it Cup?
Yep, I think it was in Xfinity too at some points, but when Boyer drove it, it was in Cup.
Okay. Yeah. See, here's a number 33 that was Kevin Harvick incorporated in Xfinity series.
Yeah, which at the time would have been Childress.
Childress, yeah. Yeah, because he did like almost like a charter type thing with them. So yeah, well, you had one in Xfinity and one in Cup, I guess. Oh yeah, there it is. 33 in Cup Series, 2009, 2010, 2011. So my memory sucks. But anyway,
we're getting old, man. We're getting old.
Yeah. But in what I wouldn't give to see Clint Boyer behind the wheel of a car again. I love that dude. I'm sure a lot of people around this country would love to have a beer with Clint Boyer.
Yeah, Clint Boyer is good. He's a good announcer. I'm a huge Jeff Gordon fan. But when they moved Clint Boyer in the booth, it was like you could see that it was just a matter of time before Jeff was gone. I didn't like him as an announcer. I liked him as a driver.
Well, I don't mind Jeff Gordon as an announcer. I think he's better than... I'm sorry. There's some that I just can't stand, and I think Jeff Burton, I love him as a person, but he just talks too much. And yeah, they just talk too much.
Both of them need to be gone.
Yeah.
I love Dale Jr. too as a race car driver and as a human being, but
some things you're just not good at. I mean,
and he explains the race like he's on the radio. You know, the 9 is going around the outside, and
but can you fault him for it? I mean, he's been doing it his whole life. You know.
I mean, you know, he's just not cut out for it. They need a new team there.
Yeah. No, I mean, I there's
bring DW back.
Oh, that guy, yeah. I mean, I do miss him. As much as people hated his boogity thing, it never bothered me. It was unique. But I mean, when he retired, it was sad.
Yeah, I mean, when he you know.
So the guy,
he's who he is, you know.
Yeah. Mike Joy. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he does good. Those guys are all pretty good. The announcer guys or the, you know, broadcast guys. I like Larry Mack. I thought he was good. I think Steve Letarte is pretty good.
See, I love Larry Mack because he explains stuff more like straight down to the nitty gritty, mathematics, geometry, car parts, how the car functions. Love it.
Right. Yeah, that's what I like to hear too.
Yeah. That's what I like.
All right, so this is changing back to the Clint Boyer subject again, but I found it funny that I'm reading through this Wikipedia article. The whole reason Boyer went to the 33 in the first place was they hired Casey Mears, who had previously been driving for Kellogg's on Hendrick, and General Mills sponsored RCR, and they didn't want Casey Mears because he drove for Kellogg's, so they asked to go with Clint Boyer in a different car, and they put Boyer in the 33 with the Cheerios car.
See, I wonder how often like they actually make this stuff public, and it probably was, but I don't remember any of that. Like, I mean, actually, that would have been
Clint Boyer at that time probably was not a. He was never a top tier driver, but he wasn't a.
No.
You know, he wasn't somebody that. It'd be like if, you know, one of these other guys, not Bubba Wallace, but somebody a little lower tier than him, switched cars. Like, we wouldn't even really think about it.
And I just realized why I don't remember it. I was actually preparing for and in Afghanistan, so I missed that year.
Oh, yeah.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
What kind of excuse is that?
Yeah, it's just, I'm coming up with something. I'm grasping at straws here, but yeah, no, I was deployed at the time.
Yeah, whatever.
I just realized it looking at the chart here. But anyway,
That'll do it.
that'll do it. The cable over there is garbage. I'm just gonna tell you, like, we didn't have good cable, nor satellite. But anyway, so okay, what else we got this week? Had a
Bubba
Bubba,
Wilder, your pick to kind of upset everybody before the playoffs.
my pick.
You were
Okay,
like what two races too late, you know?
yeah. I mean, again, he's been consistent. He's been fast. I do like him as a driver. Hesitant on him as a person. Just you know what we've talked about off of this, but like, just keep the stuff out of racing. Keep racing. Keep the drama out. People don't want to come in and watch that stuff on the weekend. That's my piece.
That's not just that. That's any sport.
Any
That
sport,
one
yeah.
year when Colin Kaepernick was kneeling, and that's all they talked about every week in the NFL. I didn't want to watch the NFL anymore.
No,
you know, we just want to get away from that stuff with sports. Sports is the getaway. You know.
Jack says Bubba's the greatest of all time. He's the GOAT.
Could be one day. Who knows?
He could be. He could. I mean, he has been fast. I mean, and then, oh crap! Actually, I'm gonna give you guys a Twitter. You guys got Twitter?
Of course.
Yep.
There is a Twitter page that I follow on a phone that has run away from me. I think it's called Auto Racing Analytics. That is a damn good. I will get back to you on that. They do all the numbers, all the math behind the statistics and everything like that, and they show it right to you. And they posted today that, oh god, Bubba Wallace is in like the top 3 of least amount involved in a wreck this year, and I think it came out like a 0.2%. And I was like, that's why I loved it. I'm like, they give you the numbers. Just give me numbers, man.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I lost my phone. Oh, I found my phone. Okay, hang on. I'll make sure I got it right here. Give them a shout out because I tell you what, they do the stuff that I enjoy, like knowing the knowledge behind it. So that was great. If I can find it here. Yeah, Auto Racing Analytics on Twitter. Twitter. I almost said Twitch. Can't really shout out another channel. Nobody's paying me for that. But anyway, yeah, he was my pick.
Yeah, you just like I said, just a couple races too late, or he was a couple races too late for you.
I know he let me down.
Now the question is that I have about the whole thing with him going to the 45 here. How much of that is the same as everything he had on the 23? Is there any real, I'm surprised there's not been any talk about the, switch to him in the 45 from the 23 really as far as him winning. I mean, yeah, he was up front before that, but
all they changed is the number though.
Yeah.
It was his team, his crew chief, everything was the same. They just put a different wrap on the car. That's all.
That's what I wasn't sure of.
Yeah.
Which is interesting how that works. Like you can literally just switch the number and it's fine. Like it's interesting.
And so he's racing for our owner's championship.
But to me, I would like actually switch him to the 45 car with its crew and everything if you wanted to maintain continuity. He might be driving the 45.
That doesn't. But what car is the 45 car? They come out of the same shop.
True, but they have different crew chiefs, different thinking mentality. We've had one crew working on the 45 for this year, and now you got the 23. And at one point, didn't they switch crews?
I think so. But remember, they didn't switch for performance. They switched because the 45 was in the chase as an owner.
Yeah.
That's why.
I mean, at the end of the day, it is odd, but it is an owner's championship, so it's odd that it's not all the cars the owner has some sort of average across it or something, considering it's an owner's championship and they don't just own one car.
True.
Yeah, but I think each car, I don't know how that owner's championship stuff works.
Oh, I know that. I'm just saying, if you really get down to it, it is kind of odd that it's called an owner's championship, but not. It doesn't really matter who the owner is. It's just the car number.
Well, I mean, this kind of goes. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kevin.
Oh, I was just gonna say, and it's weird. Like, so let's say Bubba wins 7 of the next 10 races, and he's not in the chase. And then let's say Chase Elliott wins the championship, but the owner championship goes to a different team. Like, I don't know, it's kind of weird.
Depends on how the math works out there.
I mean, that's definitely happened before. I feel like I don't know if it's happened in the chase, but it's happened in other years before.
And I don't know if the owner gets disqualified too, the same way as the drivers do.
Yeah.
They can't because he wouldn't be in the chase then.
And yeah, I mean, Greg's right too. That's happened to other drivers. I mean, I hate to bring up my Brad Keselowski year of 2014, where he had like freaking 8 wins on the season, was out the second round. I mean,
but did he win the owner's championship?
I don't know. I don't remember like who ended up winning that. But that was the same year that Ryan Newman went to the Final Four, ended up second with 0 wins on the season.
Yeah.
So I mean, I like the way they do structure things now, but there's still flaws. I mean, I'm sorry, somebody that hasn't won it shouldn't be in the Final Four.
Well, it's consistency after you get in that last.
I know. It's just, it is what it is. It's our sport.
Yeah, I mean, it's the way the playoffs work, right? So
Yeah.
you just gotta, if you finish in front of those guys, you're gonna move to the next round. That's it.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. I hope the best for Bubba on his racing, at least.
Yeah. I hope the best for him anywhere.
Yeah, true. I'm still hoping for Brad at this point too. That's been a rough year.
Well, we didn't expect a lot this year.
No.
Maybe next year we should see some improvement. And Brad might be, he doesn't look like the healthiest guy I've ever seen.
He's got that dad bod going.
He doesn't look like he's 100% into this thing.
That's because Carl Edwards tried to kill him. You heard it straight from his dad's mouth at Gateway.
Yeah, dude, those were some rough years back then. The wreck at Gateway, the wreck at Atlanta, the wreck at Talladega.
Yeah, but you notice Brad got his ducks in a row after that, even though he said he wasn't going to change the way he drove.
Yep. No, he ended up going to be a champion in 2012. Made himself a happy fool on TV, on Speed TV with, what was it, Dave Despain, I think the guy's name was?
Oh, yeah, I remember him. Yeah.
God, I missed that show.
That was one of the best shows on TV.
I mean, Brad in his younger, the first, I won't say first few years, but in his younger years, he was one of the smartest drivers I thought out there.
Very patient.
And just with the Talladega stuff, and he could figure things out, when they were tandem, back in the tandem racing days when at Daytona and Talladega, when you had to push the guy in front of you, and he could just figure out how to make that happen and win from second place. I just thought he was brilliant, and he had the skill to go with it. And to me, he doesn't look like he's 100% into this. I could be completely wrong.
He could be just overwhelmed. I mean, you're probably right. He's probably owner, driver, father.
Well, for the last few years, I don't mean this year, but the last few years, he doesn't. You see the guys that are winning, the Kyle Busches and the Chase Elliott's, and these guys look like they're in shape, like they're eating right, they're doing what they need to do to last in these races.
Well, I'm never getting in a car then. Shit.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I wonder his dedication to the craft. Like, what is it? And then I say that, and then back in the day, you had Jimmy Spencer out there racing. So who knows?
Yeah, I mean, Tony Stewart wasn't always the smallest guy. Even though if you looked at his wiki, he was. I think wiki at one point, Allison, my wife, pointed out. We were looking at it, and it said like he was 150 pounds, and all I hear in the back was bullshit.
Yeah,
bullshit.
Yeah, that's nah.
In his left leg.
Yeah,
he's probably like 4'9", so it could have been.
Yeah, well, sure. I think this thing had him at almost 6 feet.
These guys.
Tony was not 6 foot. He was
these
like,
guys are short, man.
He was like 5'8", because I've seen him in person before. He was my favorite driver. He was not that tall.
Well, no. Well, I can tell you that Martin Truex is tall. I've didn't really meet him.
5'9", Tony Stewart.
5'9", so he's my.
See, I was close. I said 5'8".
Yeah,
I was close.
You're
right
close. Yeah. No, I've met. I mean, Truex is tall. I know for sure. Richard Petty. I met him at
He's tall.
he is tall. I met him at Martinsville. I want to say 2015, 2016. Good lord, man.
Oh, him, Michael Waltrip, Chase Briscoe. Like, there's some big guys. Michael Waltrip, they put that roof flap in so he could get out of a car when he wrecked. Remember?
I don't remember that.
Oh
Wait a minute,
man,
was that the yellow car? Yeah.
the escape hatch on the roof because
The blue and gold
Yep.
Napa car.
Yep.
yeah, when it was, if he would wreck, it was really hard for him to get out of that little window in those cars back then.
Wonder what's better, being short as a NASCAR driver or being tall?
Well,
Oh, for sure, short.
Yeah.
Short's better because you're less weight. I mean, it's just.
I think they weigh him with the car now.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
don't they add and
but-
remove ballast?
But the less weight the driver is, the more weight you can put where you want it.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. It's
yeah.
not a matter of the total weight; it's where you can put the weight.
Right.
Campbell on Twitch. Kyle Busch to RCR. Yes, Kyle Busch is at RCR, he will be going to RCR next season. Tyler Riddick will be moving from the 8 to the unknown, but still Richard Childress. So we'll see where that ends up. Not sure what's going to happen. I still think it would be funny if Riddick continued to beat Kyle. We'll see.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
We'll see. We'll see, man. I don't know. You look, the way NASCAR's been the last few years, I don't try to pass judgment before things happen. Like a lot of people hating on all these races and stuff, and I'm just like, how do we know it's going to be bad? And the 18 car, from what I understand, may be going to Ty Gibbs. Yeah, okay, there you go, Greg. Ty Gibbs. Most likely. We'll see.
It's about as unconfirmed as Kyle Busch to RCR at this point.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Well, Kyle Busch RCR is confirmed now, but
yeah,
I just mean beforehand. Sorry.
Yeah, okay, I got you. Yeah, before, like a couple days ago. Yeah.
I mean, like we all knew.
Like when he started his press conference, he's like, "So, I guess I'll announce the most unknown, rare, random news that nobody knew about."
Yeah. Somebody leaked, bro. Somebody leaked for you.
That's funny.
But anyway, I mean, well, again, also what came with that Kyle Busch thing was further proof. Like you used to talk about like the 80s where people missed the old racing and stuff like that, where you could literally, as long as you were able to get a license, even if they had them back then, you could build a car and bring it, pretty much. And over the years, it's been, now you have to have, either a shit ton of money and know somebody, or you have to be born into it. Now, Kyle Busch's son, Brexton, congratulations to him, already set for a potential RCR ride in the future, which is great for him, but it's further proof that you ain't getting in the sport unless you know somebody or you're born into it. So I kind of miss that mentality of it. But
yeah, like the working man.
Yeah. The Alan Quickies.
You work on your car and then you jump in it and race it and then get out and work on it. Yeah, that's kind of, I think, what, mid 90s, early 90s, that probably, maybe late 80s, that started to go away.
Well, we still have. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I feel like it goes back to the corporate companies want white collar people, not blue collar people, and they're sponsoring this stuff. They don't want some redneck from the backwoods of Kentucky driving their car. They want somebody that can represent their company. And that's why, you start getting these kids of former race car drivers. They're already famous. They've already got a following. It's all they're looking for.
Well, I mean, it's still, there's some of it still in there. If you look at Jeremy Clemens, who, by the way, they did win the appeal today, and they are good for their Xfinity, I'm sorry, the championship in Xfinity. I almost said Cup. But that is now counted towards the championship. They're allowed to be back in it. But their family is pretty much a build and bring your own group, from what I understand. So, I mean, it's not gone, but you have to have a shit ton of money.
His dad is one of the top super late model engine builders in the country, though. So
yeah, see, there you go.
It's not, I'm not saying that they didn't build that themselves, but he definitely has money behind it. I mean, it is their own team. It's not like it's not got Clements Racing engines on the hood. But yeah, I learned that when he won. I didn't even know that, but ended up learning that after the fact.
No, that made me happy to hear. Like when a small team wins, I like that more than the over and over.
Yeah, and I think what they had wrong with the car that they got disqualified for was a disadvantage, non-advantage.
I can't remember what it was. Was it the intake?
The intake, the height between where the carburetor sat and the intake, the bottom of the intake or something was too small, which you want that spacing. The bigger you make that spacing, the more horsepower you get. So
yeah, it does sound like a disadvantage.
Yeah, then that's what they said. They said it's a disadvantage that it was smaller, if anything. So
they had short runners.
It's out of spec, but it's less powerful.
And he won. Get over it, NASCAR. He won. I mean, I'm glad to see a small team like that win. I'm still. I don't root for the guy openly, but I'm still looking for the day where Landon Castle lands himself a win somewhere. I mean, the guy's been doing it forever. Please just get one. That'd just be a great day.
Yeah, that'd be great. You always root for those guys, the kind of underfunded teams, and
Yeah. So, did you guys have anything happen this week to you guys? You had a good week.
I did try to run an iRacing 358 race on week 13. Actually, I ran 2 at Lucas Oil. Had never run there before except for a couple practice laps. Ran second for the entire first race. Hit a lap car that was wrecked because it was week 13 deal, no cautions. And it wasn't really like the lap car pulled out in front of me so bad as I was just trying to miss him coming off the corner and not give up a whole lot. I just clipped him with the right rear. Didn't hurt me a lot, but gave me some damage. So I ended up finishing second, even though I was faster than the leader before that. Tried it again and had a lap car literally just pull out in front of me while I was leading and take me out. So that was fun.
We've had that happen everywhere.
Yeah, I mean it was week 13, but it was like the races you were doing earlier today where there's no excuse for it.
No, you're talking about this morning?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was. I don't normally like to do it, but those of you that don't know, I am back to full-time streaming Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday nights, Wednesday nights, of course, what we're doing now and earlier. And then Friday nights, Triple Threat. Went back finally full-time streaming this morning and actually had to protest a guy. I don't like doing it, but the way that guy was driving and what he was doing was wrong. I wasn't the only one that protested him, so yeah, it's a sun call.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you got to do it.
Yeah,
we don't like to do it, but sometimes you got to. If people are just out of control, you got to let somebody know.
I mean, it was a carb event, so it didn't count for anything, but it still doesn't make it fun. It's like, why are we wasting the service to drive around morons like that? I mean,
and it was the fact that he did it like at least 2 times, and I didn't see it after you got wrecked, but I'm pretty sure listening to the other guys talking, it sounded like he did it again.
I went to the replay. He did. They were actually coming to the checkered flag down the backstretch, and he pretty much went down and then turned sideways right into the entire pack. Took out like 6 dudes at the end.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, there's no call for that. There was no reason for it. I look back in the race. There's no reason. It's just I don't understand why people will pay for the service, pay for a setup, just to go out and do stuff like that. It's come on.
Because they pay all that money and they're no good at it, so they just try to wreck people because they have fun with it.
It's Talladega. It's not that hard. Jesus Christ.
Well,
God. Well, I mean, I've always been like, people make fun of Talladega and Daytona because it's like, oh, that takes no skill to do that. And I was like, it does. It's a different skill.
Speaking of stuff, though, Kevin, we got to get you in a modified so we can train you up. I think Corey's figured out. I got him to run a few practice laps today. I think he's noticed already that the modifieds are probably one of the easier dirt cars to run.
And it was fun.
I could probably mess that up.
Yeah,
I'm down to try.
You just
remember it's not my fault.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know what needs to go on your car, right? It's not my
Word.
fault. Not my
Not my
fault.
I need that car that Robert
I
drives.
was gonna
that
say just
yellow
put
one
some
with all
caution
the
tape.
with all the caution tape around it.
He needed it tonight, man. I tell you, I looked back at the incidents and I was like, "There's no way that just happened to happen to him."
I mean, I did run him in the grass a little bit, but I was kind of sick of all the people he was running over, and he's bonsai'd me on the start. So
Yeah, he did
I
to
didn't.
me once.
Yeah, I didn't cut him a lot of slack there, but he didn't need to run through the grass. He could have backed out.
I felt bad, and maybe one time we can think about doing this. Once in a while, when we have like their people that are routine coming in and stuff, I don't see why not having them come in just for an evening. Depends.
Oh, to talk with
Yeah, I
us.
mean, we let
Yeah,
them join the
I'd say
Discord and the fan area, and we can pull them up. I mean,
yeah, pull them up for about 10, 15 minutes, have a good conversation,
yeah,
and then send them back. Yeah, that'd be cool.
I
Yeah,
don't.
what
I
are you
wouldn't
guys
mind doing
talking about? That seems like a terrible idea. I don't know why you would
that.
ever do it.
Yeah, Greg. But I felt bad telling him. I was like, I'm sorry, dude, but our oven's full, man. Our shitter's full.
Yeah.
Like, I do enjoy talking to people, and the more people we get in here would be great. I'm looking forward to it, but it gets to a point where sometimes we talk over each other inadvertently. Like, I talk too damn much. I know, I get it. But, if we have about 5, 6, 7, 8 people in here, nobody's going to get a word in edgewise.
Here's the
Exactly.
way I think we could do it. If you finish, if you win the race and you won it fairly, then you could, have the opportunity to come on if you want to as a guest host.
I freaking love that.
For
New Mission Mania?
10 minutes. For 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Or like a question and answer thing,
Yeah, just ask them their background, where they're from, talk to them a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm
Give
fine
them a
with
little
that.
bit of an interview opportunity, all that sort of stuff.
But the other part is these guys that race in those races, they probably race for a couple hours at night, but I mean they might jump in with us. I don't know.
That might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, I'm not saying it would happen all the time, but that would save you from having to worry about it every week, and it'd just be, give somebody the option if they're interested.
I'm down with it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, just have them jump up here in the fan area, and we can go through introductions or whatever, and then pull them up. I mean, that would have been good. What was that, Mike Ashby that won that $15 that one time? That would have been a good one. He seemed like he seemed like a good guy too. Like he wasn't being a cocky ass or anything. He just drove.
Yep.
Clean racer. Mike, if you're listening, come on back, man.
Yeah, it'd be cool, man.
Yep. So I really don't have much else tonight, man. It's been kind of a boring week. My wife's back at school. Kids are back at school. I'm happy as hell.
Yeah, I got a pretty busy weekend planned. Supposed to go to dinner tomorrow night. I mean Friday night. I moved it back to like 3:00 to make sure I can make a split decision. I don't want to miss those races. So.
No, yeah. Well, did you see what they lowered the provisional?
Yeah, and that's what they should have done.
Yeah,
I totally.
Yeah.
And Caleb brought it up.
No, I totally agree.
Yeah, and he was like, "How does somebody that didn't race get more points than me?"
Yeah.
And I'm not one to argue about stuff. You go by the rules of the league, but there was a lot of discussion about that. So other people were like, "Well, I thought I was going to get this many points. That's why I took a provisional." But
yeah, I mean it screws people, but it makes
sense. They did it right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think they did it right. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean I'd be pissed too if I was Caleb. I actually didn't say anything in the chat, but I said something to Allison. I was like, dude, like what the fuck? Somebody doesn't even race, they get 13 points to the championship, and then somebody runs the race, gets wrecked out, gets 6. That don't make sense.
Yeah. So. And they realized it.
And
right
away. I'm glad they fixed it.
To their credit, they realized it and fixed it.
So. Oh, it's a great league, and I wish Greg can join us and stuff like that, maybe next season. But I mean, it's split decision racing. As hard and as complicated as it is, it's been fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Great time.
Yeah, NASCAR style multi-class racing. Friday nights here on Twitch. You riding my car. Kevin will be in his truck, probably also winning because that's how we do here.
Yeah. That's right.
At least we did last week. I don't know. That was a great one, man. I celebrated that night.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun that night.
Yeah, I couldn't go to sleep. I ended up watching like most of the broadcast and shit.
I watched a lot of it too. I didn't
Yeah.
watch it all, but I did watch a lot of it. Yeah.
I mean, hey, at the end of the day, from tonight, I know it was a mess of a race, but congratulations on getting the win. You survived at least.
Oh, tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't. Honestly, you can actually see it in the stream. There was a point where I was like, I'm just sitting back at this point and relaxing, because I was actually trying to drive up there because it's a lot of fun to drive through not through cars, but past cars. But people were trying to drive through them, and it was just madness. Just so yeah, I started out in the back completely and was able to get my way up there by just coasting, really.
Yeah, it's cool. It was not fun to watch.
No. We paced like 50 some laps of 70. I mean, and it sucks because like I tell people like, hey, I mean, I think I went over the net at one point and was like, dude, this isn't normally like this. Normally we have it rough in the beginning and then it cleans itself up. Tonight was just wreck after wreck after wreck after wreck. I think I will put it on YouTube. I mean,
I don't see why you wouldn't put it on there. It
is what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put it on.
It's an example of what happens when everything goes wrong. I mean, we're still in it. We're not giving up on it just because it's a mess. It's what we're there for.
And you might have given me the title for it right there, where everything goes wrong. Because it was just, good Lord. We had some people in there that were driving really well, trying to be respectful, but I can understand why people leave events like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's the hard part. Like, we're trying to bring people in, and you get some bad apples. It's just part of it.
True story.
Yeah. Well, I think we've had a pretty good night tonight, guys.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Actually, got anything else, Greg? Sorry.
No, I'm good.
Guess I'm just like, Greg's sitting over there like, I got something, and I'm just closing this thing out. I'm tired. Those of you watching tonight, thank you very much. New Mission Motorsports live here on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. Check us out here on Twitch. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe also on YouTube and Facebook. Hopefully tonight's race will be there. This podcast will be here tomorrow morning with some new pictures. People are sending in newmissionmotorsports@gmail.com. Send us your pictures and clips from iRacing, real life. We'll have them here on the podcast when it gets released on Thursday morning. But anyway, you guys have yourself a great night, and we'll see you.